Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Arun Singh Thakur from University Institute of Hotel and Tourism Management, Punjab University, Chandigarh. Today, we are going to discuss about the module overview to the concept of entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial traits from the paper Tourism and Hospitality Entrepreneurship and Legal Environment. This module aims at describing the concept of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial traits, and entrepreneurship skills. After going through this module, you will be able to 1. Understand the traits of an entrepreneur, 2. Define the concept of entrepreneurship and entrepreneur, 3. Explain the characteristics of entrepreneurship, and 4. Comprehend the personality traits of entrepreneurs. Here we start. The entrepreneur is one who is ready to bear the risk of a new endeavor if there is a substantial chance for profit. Others underline the entrepreneur's role as an innovator, trendsetter who counts his innovation. Still, other economists say that entrepreneurs generate new goods or processes that create demands and are not currently being supplied. The most common example of entrepreneurship is the innovating to start new businesses. Entrepreneurial spirit is marked by innovation and risk-taking and is a vital part of countries' ability to succeed in every fluctuating and increasingly competitive global market. Now, what is called as entrepreneurship? The concept of entrepreneurship is known differently in different contexts. Entrepreneur is a person who invents change and anyone who wants to work for fulfilling his or her dreams. Scholars have defined the term over a period of time in different ways as per their suitability of concept. For defining entrepreneurship, here are some prominent definitions. The one given by Peter Drucker in 1964. He defines as entrepreneur pursues for change, responds to it and avail opportunities. Innovation is a precise tool of an entrepreneur, hence a successful entrepreneur converts a source into a resource. Entrepreneurs use individual initiative and engage in calculated risk-taking to create new business ventures by raising resources to apply innovative new ideas that solves problems, meet challenges, or satisfy the needs of a clearly defined market. Entrepreneurship involves bringing about change to achieve some benefit. This benefit may be financial, but it also involves the satisfaction in achieving something by innovation. Now we'll discuss small business versus entrepreneurship. People very often use the terms entrepreneur and small business owner interchangeably. There are significant differences in these terms. On the same time, they may have much thing in common. What is called as entrepreneurship? The concept of entrepreneurship is known differently in different contexts. Entrepreneur is a person who invents change and anyone who wants to work for fulfilling his or her dreams. Scholars have identified the term over a period of time in different ways as per their suitability of concept. For defining entrepreneurship, here are some prominent definitions. The one given by Peter Drucker in 1964. An entrepreneur pursues for change, responds to it and avail opportunities. Innovation in a precise tool of an entrepreneur, hence a successful entrepreneur converts a source into a resource. Entrepreneurs use initiatives and engage in calculated risk-taking to create new business ventures by raising resources to apply innovative new ideas that solves problems, meet challenges or satisfy the need of a clearly defined market. The another definition says Entrepreneurship involves bringing about change to achieve some benefit. This benefit may be financial, but it also involves the satisfaction achieving something by innovation. Now, the relation between the entrepreneurship and innovation. Creativity is the ability to produce ideas, while innovativeness is the ability to devise the appropriate ideas. An entrepreneur needs to be creative and innovative so as to be able to solve problems, manage the business challenges, and execute activities successfully. An entrepreneur's innovativeness is reflected in the following ways. Creating wealth is the first point which they emphasize. A business established by an entrepreneur creates significant wealth as compared to several crores of rupees profit generated by small prosperous business units. The other point is time consumed for creating wealth. Entrepreneurs do create wealth within no time as compared to small businesses which takes entire life to create that amount of wealth. For example, nowadays entrepreneurial businesses such as Snapdeal, WhatsApp, Facebook, etc. resulted in creation of millions of dollars of wealth within no time. The other factor is the risk factor. Higher is the risk, higher is the profit. This theory applies to entrepreneurship business as well. But in small business units, they proceeds with minimum risk theory. The other one is the innovative and concept creation. Entrepreneurship support the theory of creation of new business idea which may be implemented differently as compared to traditional business practice. Now we'll discuss the concepts and characteristics of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are the pioneers of innovative concept in the businesses. They generate out-of-the-box ideas and develop a vision how to make that idea a reality, and further they take high risks to implement their dreams to convert them to reality. They involve themselves in developing the businesses, but failure or success of the venture also relies on calculating individual capacities and evolving techniques to overcome difficulties. Now we'll discuss certain features which form the basis for the conceptual foundations of entrepreneurship. The first one is calculated risk. The risk factor is high but should be always calculated. Successful entrepreneurs always take calculated risks as they put their time, resources and money at stake to fulfill their vision and dreams. They work restlessly to achieve their goals and also put their personal reputation at stake. Successful entrepreneurs also understand the importance of failures. They learn from their failures and convert them into success. The major source of learning for them is from their own failures in the recent past. The next is the financial responsibility. Most of the time, entrepreneurs are the first generation business people and lack in terms of financial stability. Businesses requires finance, and in case of entrepreneurs, it became essential for optimum utilization of financial resources to get successful. For the startup businesses, it became difficult to sanction, loan and generate finances from the open market even. Thus, financial responsibility is one of the important characteristics of the concept of entrepreneurship. They are creative and innovative. An entrepreneurship venture starts with innovation and creativity for thinking of product which is not available in the present market. Right from the conceiving of the idea of such product to generate the required infrastructure and taking that product through all the stages of product life cycle, it is all where creative and innovation plays a very important role. The next is the management skills. Modern management concept focuses upon leading by example, and here in entrepreneurship also it is only those people who got success who know how to lead from the front and how to manage people at the back simultaneously. They must be clear in their communication
of the business idea and able to get that done through others also.
The various traits of entrepreneurs. No two individuals in this world are alike. Thus, entrepreneurs do have differences in their personality traits, and many times they differ significantly in their own workings, thinking, and communication styles. But one thing they share commonly is the inner thrust and the spirit they have.
Entrepreneurship is all about the idea generation and the innovativeness of the idea, thereby implementing that to get the desired results. They also rely upon conceptualizing new ideas. Initiative is the ability to start the operations on an idea. Entrepreneurs are pioneers of new business ideas. They do not wait for favorable conditions to act on a new idea. They act on them and solve obstacles while working hard to make the conditions favorable. The next point elaborates they are be acquainted with latest information. An entrepreneur is always open for information and always a step ahead with its competitors in acquiring latest and new information which supports business. The other point is translating ideas into business. Perfect ideas and information are not enough to make a business success. An average idea acted upon and developed is far better than a very good idea that dies because it is not followed up. Entrepreneurs are action oriented and translate good ideas into action.
They are always energetic and instrumental towards their goal that make them share a common platform of entrepreneurship concept. To understand the traits of entrepreneur, it is more supportive to study the content of resemblance as compared to the differences in the traits. Here, we discuss the traits which are motivational factors for the individuals to take up the Herculean task even.
The first trait of the entrepreneurs is the ownership of the business. One of the primary motivation factor of an individual to become an entrepreneur is to be the owner of his own business. So, to achieve this goal of owning business, he uses individual responsibility for achieving success, teamwork, and overall accomplishment. The next trait is dependency on the system. Success of entrepreneurs depends on systems which helps them to provide solutions well before searching through human resources. Designing improvised systems, perfecting in the given environment, and then finally implementing in the organizational environment is one of the most useful and rewarding skills of an entrepreneur, which makes foundation for success. The other important trait is effective communication. Human resources are considered as most important assets of any businesses, and this concept is well understood by entrepreneurs. Humans, whether in the form of clients, employees, or partners, are what makes or breaks a business, and effective communication way out for optimum utilization of these resources, which further termed as the key to successful relationships with the people. Now, this picture describes a communication cycle from sender to receiver, and for the effective communication, the feedback is very important, and thus making the cycle of the communication complete. The other important trait is the confidence of the entrepreneur. A successful entrepreneur is always full of confidence. No one is born with confidence. It is something which we learn through different experiences in life, and confidence makes us capable of executing our ideas when it comes to business. Many confident business people gain their sense of self-esteem. The other most important trait is the teamwork. People who do not understand the importance of teamwork wind up without the team but still have all the work to get done. This new business carries greater financial and personal risk on one hand, and on the other hand, team players know how to succeed by employing the chemistry of interpersonal synergy and dynamic associations. These pictures represent the confidence level and the teamwork within the entrepreneurial enterprise. The other important trait is new learning. Much of what entrepreneurs learn by their own by asking questions, thirst for information seeking, self-reading and research. In this way, they continue to enrich themselves with the knowledge while also making a concentrated effort to grow that knowledge by sharing it with others who are also front row students of life's valuable lessons. Leading by example is another important trait. Entrepreneurs not only motivate through as self-starters who jump into tasks with enthusiasm, but they are also good leaders. They understand well the importance of teamwork. They know the value of appreciating others, supporting them in their thoughts and deeds, and giving rewards to them at suitable time and place. True leaders do not become indispensable, otherwise things fall apart in their absence and they can never rise to the highest level of entrepreneurial freedom and prosperity. They are also dedicated and focused. Entrepreneurs devote their strength to achieve their aim, vision and mission. Also, they are goal-oriented, which motivates and energizes the whole organization. The failure of the businesses can be summarized mainly distraction from the focus and thus deviation in the desired outcomes. A good entrepreneur is one who keeps a sharp eye on the target with clarity of the objectives and able to reduce the chances of error. They are grateful. Entrepreneurs respect it and cherish what they have. They have learned to manage and effectively utilize the resources rather than making hue and cry for what they don't have. They don't take anything as granted. Entrepreneurs do not afraid of failure or success. Many people are not able to convert a chance to success if they rarely took chances. Entrepreneurs are not protected from failure, but they order their approach to business so that they fear of failure, defeat, monotony, and dissatisfaction overcomes with their persistent efforts. They learn optimum utilization of finance. You need it to buy raw material, pay for the salaries, marketing of your business, repair, renovation, replacement of the equipments, and spend for your own livelihood so that you can contribute to the work. Therefore, all home businesses must have wise money managers. They are optimistic in their approach. A constructive attitude is required for overcoming from setbacks as inexpensive tuition for the valuable business lessons gained through experience. When things go in right direction, business prospers, which further give impetus and boost the energy level of an entrepreneur. The picture describes the optimistic approach of the entrepreneur and their roles. First, the entrepreneurs play various roles right from conceiving the ideas. They gather various resources which are required to achieve the goals. Then the next is they utilize their resources optimally, and finally they achieve their goals as planned.
they are expressive or social. Business in modern world is all about making customers satisfied. Entrepreneurs tend to be socially acceptable. They are always ready to share ideas and thoughts, and that excitement is transmissible to other employees, clients, friends, and other contacts, both within and beyond the business sphere. Not hesitant while asking for sale. A small business entrepreneur should always keep in mind that marketing, advertisement, or promotion will not deliver results, regardless of the fact how perfectly they are done, unless one simple thing is accomplished, that is asking for sale and converting it actually. They also focus upon customer is a king. Customer is now the pivot of the entire business process, and thus businesses is not about the products and services that they sell or deliver. It's not product or the production concept that prevails nowadays. Business is about the prices you charge from your goods and services, or business is also not about beating the competitors. Business is all about satisfaction level of the customers, and ultimately your customers are the people that will decide if your business goes boom or bust.
They represent positive image of business. Entrepreneurs must focus upon making a positive and unforgettable impression on people with whom they aim to do business. The most of home business owners do not have the advantage of elegant offices or showrooms to impress their prospective customers. Instead, they must rely on imagination, creativity, and attention to the smallest detail when creating and maintaining a professional image for their business. They are well versed with the latest technology. Entrepreneurs should know to get benefit of the relevant technology within their budget. In the modern world where technology-driven businesses are upcoming and business run by individual person can have an amazing web portal than a multinational company. The next point is to be known as an expert and be expert. We, in state of confusion or when we have to take important decision, seek an external help from the person whom we think an expert. At that stage, it is quite obvious that one must try to reach to the most expert and reliable source that you can get for the best possible solution. To be accessible is the next point we'll discuss. In 21st century, we all expect products and services should be delivered at our doorstep, and if any technical assistance further required should be given in no time. For example, online portals and payment gateways made it possible to book travel related services at just a click away. Now, dear students, we'll discuss the various entrepreneurial skills. Despite the fact many researchers try to define the topic, but there is not well-defined set of skills that an entrepreneur must have. Here are certain skills which the successful entrepreneurs have are as under. The first one is the personal characteristics. The personality traits of an individual are first and the foremost requirements behind the success of any individual. Here are few traits considered significant for the entrepreneur. Initiative taking. Initiative is the first step towards the success. Only after that one learns to proceed further and resolve all the issues that arose in the path of success. The next is the optimism. It is an advantage and it will take you out from the failures and keep yourself motivated so that you can also lead your team further to counter the problems. Vision of the entrepreneur is the next skill we'll discuss. One must be able to foresee the future opportunities and challenges as well. This ability provides an edge to overcome the competition and threats to the business. Successful entrepreneurs always keep a close eye on the new trend in business and technology and react accordingly. The next important skill is the risk tolerance. Entrepreneurship will take you to somewhere where path full of risk factor, but it is very important to be tolerant to risk and think wisely how to overcome from the unwanted problem.
Interpersonal skills of the entrepreneurs. Human resources is the most important asset of any successful organization. We all know that. And as an entrepreneur, you have to make your workforce always motivated and focused on the target. You have such a workforce, one must have great interpersonal skills with your own workforce, customers, the dealers, your investors, and public in general. Some people are extraordinary in their interpersonal skills as compared to others, but it is evident that this skill can be improved by way of learning and practicing it. The types of interpersonal skills you will need includes.
The other important skill is the appropriate communication. Communication is the blood of successful business, and thus entrepreneur who wish to be successful in his business venture must have appropriate communication skills, which he will practice with investors, workforce, policymakers, community, and most importantly, customers. They must know negotiation and they must be good listeners. Being a good listener can make or break your business as an entrepreneur. Make sure that you are skilled at active listening and wisely responding, because every word you skip listening may lead your business down, and every word wrongly spoken will take your customers or even efficient workforce away from you. The other important skill is leadership and motivation. Can you lead and motivate others to follow you and deliver your vision? And are you capable to delegate work to others? As a successful entrepreneur, you will have to depend on others to get beyond a very early stage in your business. There is just too much to do all of your own. They must be good at making personal relations. A successful entrepreneur needs to be very good at maintaining personal relations with all those who can be helpful in business in one way or the other.
Includes critical and creative thinking skills. As an entrepreneur, you also need to come up with new ideas and make good choices about opportunities. However, creativity is the skill that you can develop if you invest in time and effort in following techniques. First, recognizing opportunities. Do you recognize opportunities when they present themselves? Can you spot a trend? Are you able to create a plan to take advantage to opportunities you identify? The next skill is the creative thinking and problem solving. Are you able to see situation from a variety of perspectives and come up with original ideas? How good are you at coming up with sound solution to the problems you are facing? Tools such as cause and effect analysis is just one of the problem solving tool that you will need to be familiar with. Then practical skills. Here are certain skills required for successful business. The first one is the decision making. Decisions are something which are need to be taken many a times, and they can be right or wrong, but then it is accountability and responsibility with the entrepreneur or the person who takes decision. How good are you at making decisions? It is a question to ponder upon. One needs knowledge in several areas when starting or running a business.
In their practical skills, the planning and organizing is also important. Effective planning is the blueprint for the success, and similarly, organizing 5 M's in an effective manner will lead to successful completion of the project. One must have the talents, skills, and capabilities necessary to achieve goals. He also knows how to develop a clear, well thought through business plan, including developing and learning from appropriate financial forecasts.
So, students, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. The concept of entrepreneurship has grown over the past few decades, and now relative accord on its definition has been created. Entrepreneurship is necessary due to the incompatibility and weak reaction of the medium and large organizations to rapid, complex, and uncertain environmental changes. Based on this, good reaction and innovation are key factors for the survival of organization in today's intense competition. In tourism and hospitality industry, where there is a vast diversity of products and services, small-scale enterprises and innovative entrepreneurship is essential and rather very successful even. Thank you.